Hey everybody, remember, if you want to see the full version of this podcast episode, be sure to check the link in the description below to head over to our archive channel. So, we're going to kick things off this week with the best, everybody loves them, they never do anything wrong, Electronic Arts had the first press conference of E3 2018. Yes.
The game.
You need to pay a fee in order to appreciate EA. Sorry.
I need to open my opinion box.
Yeah,
I get it.
That's gonna be 5 payments of
Open
$3.99.
up some loot boxes of us sitting in the audience as an establishing shot to make us seem more chill. With the crowd.
Yes,
but yeah,
hip and cool.
A bridge.
EA this year was dreadful as always. Generally speaking, there were 3 big things. It was Battlefield, sports games, and Anthem, with a few other things sprinkled throughout. Their Battlefield 5 presentation I thought was hilarious. They were like, so here is what everyone's been wanting for. Our big new innovation for this year is Battle Royale!
Yay!
Word innovation.
No, I'm not one of the people who's sick of Battle Royale yet. So for
really,
me,
it never caught on for me at all.
I like PUBG.
Yeah, I've never touched a battle royale game ever.
Not even tried it.
Nope.
You just don't like. I've tried it at least, but like, you just avoid it like the plague?
I'm not avoiding it. I just haven't had the time to try it.
That's fair. I still kind of like it, but Battlefield. What are they really gonna do that's different than say PUBG? They're very similar kinds of games, just Battlefield might have better gunplay than PUBG. At least with Call of Duty's Battle Royale, COD has, interesting things. They have, remote-controlled exploding cars that you can drive all across the battlefield. And, exploding crossbows and stuff that.
Is that going to be in Battle Royale, though?
Probably. They've mentioned it's like a cumulative Black Ops experience, and they showed in the trailer.
I know, but that doesn't mean that they'll actually put in the parts that were good from those games.
In the Battle Royale trailer for Black Ops 4, they did show an RCXD.
There was a trailer for the actual Battle Royale mode?
It was only concept. It didn't have actual gameplay.
Oh,
there was
it where they just zoom over different people and there's environment and stuff, and they're like, oh, and you can be on cars as the zombies people. Whoa! Is that the one that you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, yeah, that looks stupid.
Yeah, I faintly remember that one.
Now we're just talking about Call of Duty, and we were going to talk about the EA conference.
Well, the other thing they said was so Battlefield 5's campaign is going to be war stories, and there's this one person from Norway, and you can follow their tragic tale, and I was like, oh, hey, X the game.
Yeah, it was,
what are you talking about?
No, it's just in the campaign. One of the soldiers is this Norwegian person, and they were like, "Stay tuned for the Xbox E3 press conference where we're gonna show off this in more detail." But when Xbox happened, they just played the same trailer.
In Battlefield, is that what you're on about?
Yes.
But Norway has never done anything of significance in any war or any warfare, or any at all. We haven't invented any good weapons, anything that's just bought. And during World War II, we just surrendered. That's it. So I don't really know what Norway has to offer in the
Surrendering Simulator 2018.
Yeah, literally, it would just be. I don't know. There's nothing. I don't know. Maybe he discovers oil and gets rich and then bombs everything. I don't know. But anyway,
what was that one trailer which seemed really interesting at first on the Xbox one, and it turned out to be I think it was Battlefield.
Are we talking about?
It was falling from somewhere, and it was so dramatic, and I was like, ooh.
It might have been the War Stories trailer, yeah.
But yeah, so we had Anthem, which looked painfully generic, even though mechanically it looks neat, but it just looks very dry. And then we have Battlefield, which is already sort of hassled away because of stuff we'll not talk about, and they introduced a Battle Royale, which people don't like.
I don't have to go this fast, X.
Sports. But yeah, I'm just this is the stuff we're talking about, Gary. EA. But Battlefront was the EA, right, as well?
Yeah.
That's neat.
Okay,
General
the only
Grievous.
actual good thing that came out of EA's conference was announcing General Grievous for Battlefront 2. Full disclaimer, I hate hate with a burning passion EA dice games. Battlefront 2 is the last one I'm buying, because I bought it to play with people, and I will, but wow, do I not like playing it. So
it's not even because of the loot boxes, you just hate the games.
Correct. It does. I don't even like the loot boxes. Yeah, they're bad, but they've already rectified that. I hate playing them. It's not fun. I would have a more enjoyable time.
Don't they have like a new progression system stuff now?
They do.
I don't know. I don't
retooled
care.
everything.
It'd be
I
more
don't
fun.
either. I don't know.
I've
I've not looked into it. So
Shove a bunch of needles in my arm. That sounds like a better time than playing EA dice games. It's just so torturous. I hate playing them because it's the same thing. You run out, you die. If you're super unlucky, you spawn in front of the enemy and die. Then there's an egregious wait time to respawn into the game. Then you're running around for most of it looking for people, hearing the battle around you but not actually engaging. You die. You respawn. You see them at long range. You die. You can't do anything. It's running around and dying simulator.
I die. I spawn. I die.
It's awful.
Okay,
hero.
I played Battlefront 1, 2, and 1. The new one. The new one that's the first.
Yeah.
That's the reason you're describing right now is exactly why I don't like a lot of dice games, just because it's running to your death simulator.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in Battlefront 2, but Battlefront 1 is the exact same. But what you can do in that game is that you can completely abuse the spawn system, and that's why I have I don't know, I think I have 6 KD in that game. Just because the stupid stuff that happens to you, Eljay, there's a formula to it, and you can take advantage of that, and instead of you running to someone and dying every single time, you are the one sitting and waiting for that one person.
To run to you.
Yeah, it's crazy, because it's really stupid system, but that is...
Wow,
I've only managed
mind-blowing.
to do that in I only managed to do that in Battlefront, though. In Battlefield, that's why I don't play Battlefield at all anymore. I just go somewhere and die.
No,
I'm other stuff. Yeah.
I'm not doing Battlefield anymore. I can't even play as any of the heroes in Battlefront. It's like Grievous is coming out. I'm super pumped. You have to get 8,000 credits
coming out
in a match.
I haven't seen any gameplay.
That's an obscene. It's an obscene amount of kills. You need to be really good at a match to play as any of the heroes. So I doubt I'm going to be playing Grievous pretty much at all. EA's conference outside of that was garbage.
We just saw a bunch of like looped footage of already existing stuff for Battlefront, and then like just we're sorry about the game being garbage on release.
Yeah.
I did appreciate the devs' candid nature for DICE going up on the stage and apologizing and saying like, here, we're actually trying to fix this. I did appreciate that.
Because EA is bad people. Just to get out of the way. But
Robo-X.
the thing that I am a robot, I will take over the world, we'll all become slaves.
Go on.
Am I still
It's spreading.
Everyone must die.
We might have to change the data center. Hopefully one of us can do that. Whoa.
Server settings. I can do it. I'm gonna put
I'm gonna do it.
Central.
Do it on Central.
Alright, hello?
Alright.
Hello.
Alright, carry on, X. What were you saying?
Hello there.
They admitted a mistake. That is huge in the industry. Bungie has done 3 times. They do what EA has done to Battlefront. They do that 3 times a month, and they haven't even like done a single hint of like maybe we did something wrong. No, it's been people saying on Twitter, "Hey, instead of playing PvP, you should play strikes," and they saying you're just doing it wrong. And I'm going to stop there because this is going to go on for like 3 hours. But I'm just
I do respect, because it wasn't DICE that put in the loot boxes. It was freaking EA. DICE, from the sound of things, was well intentioned. They wanted to create a game that was much better than the first one and add in all the content and make fans happy. And then it all kind of got ruined by bad press because loot boxes. I'm glad that they're kind of on the right track. but for a lot of people, it's just too late.
Can't stress enough, though, that Clone Wars is huge. Everyone loves Clone Wars. When people think, or not absolutely everyone, but lore people hate the Clone Wars era. But in terms of what Battlefield is, people think of the Clone Wars era, the big battlefields with the 401st clone troopers. That's their stuff. So
Droidekas.
It's great.
Grievous.
It's great. We need droidekas, though.
See, Grievous.
Destroyers. That's what we need. I don't care about. Yeah.
For lightsaber blade action.
Yes.
The helicopter.
Let's talk Anthem for a minute, because I agree it looked generic, but I actually did like the stuff that I saw. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing it. What I found interesting, it wasn't so much the conference, because I felt like they handled it fine there. They had a panel and they did all that cool stuff. It was what happened after the conference, where they released this Game Informer article, and we're basically like, all right, so we're gonna confirm a bunch of things about Anthem, just rapid fire. There are dialogue trees, but they're much smaller in scope than in Mass Effect. There will be no underwater battles. There will be no player versus player. There will be, just a bunch of different nothings. Like, this isn't in the game. This isn't in the game. No. And it's like, how interesting.
Anthem got my attention because numbers now show up when you shoot.
I knew it!
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters at all. But right now, from what I see from Anthem, when you shoot someone, number pop up, I'm buying it. Just because it's something that is not
numbers.
Destiny, but it's trying itself at this formula. It looks more Destiny than Division in terms of their progression and loot.
A lot of people keep comparing it to like Destiny or whatever. I think a more accurate assessment would be Borderlands.
I'm thinking Borderlands as well.
It's not Xbox exclusive.
The way that they visualize the numbers is way more like Borderlands, but they don't do it as well as Borderlands.
It's also like Borderlands in the sense it's a purely co-op thing with no PvP component.
Yeah, and
That's
hope
true.
that means, because the excuse that happens with Destiny all the time. I'm sorry, I keep bringing up Destiny. I'm stupid like that. But a lot of their excuses of balancing and everything has always been like, oh, well, this will be broken in PvP. That's not going to happen with this game because it's only PvE, and that's interesting. I really hope that we'll have a more interesting PvE metagame that we've ever seen in Destiny, considering they're all in on this. Like,
that's why they're not doing it. You'll be happy to know they've said it's because they want to do balancing better and not have to worry about balancing two separate components.
Okay, but
so
yeah, there's just so much to a game like a looter shooter. There's so much like whether or not you can inspect this and this and look at this and how you do stats, how they work in quality. Like, there's so much to a game like this, so there's no way of knowing if Anthem will be a good game. For me, that is, until I have bought the game, I've played it for at least 2 months. So I don't know, but I really like that there is something new on the market. No matter what I think of Anthem, I want more people to do what BioWare is doing, even though they said they've started doing this before Destiny come out. But the looter shooter genre should not have a monopoly, which Bungie has, because no.
Agreed.
They should compete in terms of it being a good game. And the more looter shooters, the more happy I am. So I'm very much looking forward to this.
We should battle royale the looter shooters.
Yes.
You cut out there, Phweff. I have no idea what you just said.
Battle royale the looter shooters.
Yes. Too good.
You want to battle royale the looter shooters?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put Destiny in a cage match.
The looter shooters fight to the death.
Oh.
Joke about the fact that there's so many battle
let's
royale
put all the
games.
developers in one big arena. Let's just have them go at each other.
All in all, Anthem looked fine. When they got up on the stage and did their panel, Casey Hudson got up on stage and I was like, "You get off! I don't want to see your face." I still haven't forgiven you for Mass Effect 3.
Oh yeah, Casey Hudson on this, but like the thing Casey Hudson messed up on was story-wise, and this doesn't look like the main focus of Anthem. So
we'll see. Either way, definitely piqued my
We haven't
interest.
seen enough. I thought the panel, like the way they executed the panel, was really boring.
It kind of was.
Like I totally like zoned out while they were talking because they were just sat down and they sounded really bored.
They kept looping the same bit of gameplay.
Yeah, they kept looping the gameplay as well. It was just, I don't know, I just completely like conked out for the entire part of Anthem, even though I'm actually interested in what they have to say. I don't know.
Presentation matters a lot. Can we talk about when they did like a freaking esports commentary match for a mobile game and then revealed it was Command and Conquer at the end?
Of like the rest of the panel, like the EA panels, like conference, sorry.
They just sat down for 10 minutes to hype this mobile game. And everybody got super upset because it's Command and Conquer, this old popular PC franchise, one of the first RTS games. And then it comes back, but it's a mobile game.
Mobile game.
Like, super upset.
It's almost as bad as what was revealed on the Microsoft one, which really upset me.
Oh god. We'll get that.
I hated that like scene where they revealed that new Star Wars game that's coming out in like 2019, and she sat like the presenter sat right next to this guy and was like, "It's gonna be great, isn't it?" And he just goes, "Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be hyped." And then there's like, and he just looks, and he goes, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." I'm like, why?
Why was that a segment that needed to happen?
You have nothing to show. Like, why are you awkwardly like poking the microphone in this guy's face? Meanwhile, there's this guy in the background going, "Kill me, kill me, kill me." I just wanted to watch video game conference.
Video game.
So, is that? I don't know how long we've been doing this, but like,
there's one last thing I want to say for EA.
Yeah.
I felt it was hilarious. I felt it was hilarious how every year they do this. Sports! 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 We gotta promote our sports games, even though we should have a separate event for the people that care about sports games. Gotta spend 5 minutes on FIFA, 10 minutes on Madden, 10 minutes on NHL. And then this year they did something really, really funny because they brought out this guy. I think his name was like Young Kiv. I'm not sure.
Favorite part of
I'm not sure what his name was to this day, but he was some guy who like
pretending to be cool, and it was just
he
like
was a baseball player in high school, and he broke his arm, so he couldn't play baseball. So naturally, what you do at that point is you go home and you start playing football online and making a name for yourself, playing Madden. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna
name for himself. I have no idea who this guy is.
I'm gonna join the Madden esports." Oh, but he loses it every time right when he gets to the top. So it's his journey. You gotta root for Young Kiv as he's climbing up the esports ladder. And the guy was like, "Yeah, you're chasing that money." And Young Kiv was like, "Yeah, man, I'm chasing that money. I still got my diploma in case it doesn't work out. But I'm chasing that money, nonetheless."
And it was trying to sound like so like interesting and so like prestigious, but like the whole audience is just sat there like, who are these people?
It was the most cringy, embarrassing, but also hilarious thing that I've seen possibly at any EA conference ever.
Dad and Paul just going, "Oh yeah, I gotta chase that money."
Like, still got my diploma, but I'm chasing that money.
I'm going on the podcast, but I'm still chasing that money.
So, Eljay, did you have something you wanted to say about
Oh no,
EA?
I thought handedly it was the worst conference of the entire event. It was absolutely horrendous. Okay. I want to move on to better conferences because I feel like this was such an utter waste of time. EA's conference.
So was that?
It was so
was
funny.
That all like the big games from EA? We haven't forgotten anything.
They announced 2 like indie games, Unravel 2 and Sea of Solitude, and admittedly, both looked pretty interesting. They released Unravel 2 the same day, and from all reports, it's really good. So if you're into platformers, check that out. The other one looked very interesting, and they were probably the best part of the whole conference was the indie artistic style games. So props to you. No disrespect there.
Props.
So that's all for EA. I'd give it like an F. Microsoft. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see the full version of this podcast, head over to the link in the description, or click the annotation on the screen to head over to our archive channel, where you can view all of our episodes in full. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.